himself a nice Jesse Winker.
Another home run for Winker.
And the fans want more. Here he comes, the curtain call.
Jesse Winker debuts at number 63. I thought he should be closer to number 1, to be honest with you. When you have an on-base percentage almost 400, come on. Justin Turner slides 18 spots. Teoscar Hernandez debuts at number 65. Chris Bryant slides 4 spots. Let's play a game.
Okay.
Would you rather? And here's the first question. I'm going to give this to you, my third baseman. Justin Turner, Chris Bryant, or Anthony Rendon as your third baseman for just the 2022 season. That's what this exercise is. Just for next year, who are you taking behind corner?
3 excellent players. I'm going with Justin Turner. I think he's that staple for the Dodgers lineup. He's a guy who's clutch, can play some defense, and I think he completes that lineup more than any other guy on this board.
Wow, I'm a bit surprised you said that.
Are you?
The oldest of all 3.
Just this year.
This
I don't
year?
hold age against guys.
You said that before. You're right. Okay, Ronnie, who are you taking?
I'm going to go with Rendon, only because I watched him terrorize the Mets his entire career. He's just one of those guys that seems to drive in runs and be a run producer, again, if he's healthy this year.
That's so funny, because I'm not just trying to stir the pot.
Okay.
I know I've been accused of that many times. I thought one of you would pick Chris Bryant.
It's not like we don't like Chris Bryant.
I just think Chris Bryant is got the highest upside of all 3 guys. Would you agree with that?
I don't know if I'd agree with that. I would say that Chris Bryant's at a crossroads. You know, after he was traded last year to San Francisco, he was not as good a player as he was in the first half of the season with Chicago. So I think he's at a crossroads in his career on what to expect down the road.
Okay, let's go to the outfield. Ron, I'll start with you. Randy Arozarena, Teoscar Hernandez, or Jesse Winker as your starting outfielder. You can only pick one of those 3 for next year to be in your outfield. Who are you taking?
I'm going to just become a fan here. I just love Teoscar Hernandez and what he can do in the outfield. I know when it was getting close to the end for Jose Bautista, I was like, who's going to replace Bautista in right field? And when Hernandez, seeing him early in his career, he's one of the guys that combines great power and great speed, and with a lineup of young guys that all hit for power, I still love watching him play.
It's a hard one for me because I'm a Teoscar Hernandez fan, but I'm going to go Randy Arozarena. I mean, we saw Tom Verducci's breakdown about barrel awareness with the fastball. Imagine if he accelerates that barrel awareness on the off-speed pitch. No one saw more off-speed pitches than this guy because of the way he hits the fastball. He puts those 2 together, he's not going to be 71. He might be 21.
I'm not just trying to stir the pot. I love Randy Arozarena. He's one of my favorite players.
Tell us why you like Jesse Winker.
Jesse Winker should be closer to number 1 than number 63. He stood upright and there's more power. And he kind of just figured that out. An on-base percentage over 390. He, I think, projects to be a 30-homer outfielder with an on-base well over 380 consistently.
He will be closer to number 1 once he figures out left-handers. If you see the split and what he does against right-handed pitching, against left-handed pitching, once he masters the left-handed pitching, he'll be closer to number 1.
We'll bring this segment back. We'll see of the 3 who's closer to number 1 next year. All right, this is, I think this is easy. This is kind of obvious. Blue Jays, Angels, or Dodgers lineup? All right, let's go, Mike. Blue Jays, Angels, or Dodgers lineup. You can only take one. And try to think about all the guys, the stars that are in those lineups.
Yeah. They go, these 3 lineups go about 4 or 5 guys deep. My pick is the Blue Jays, and kind of what Ron alluded to. I look at Springer coming back. It's going to give Teoscar Hernandez a huge boost. With Vladdy Jr. and Bo Bichette, good luck pitchers. I do think they have the toughest task being in the AL East compared to these 2, but I like their lineup the most.
Well, when you look at the board, I go with the Blue Jays, it's power. When I look at the Angels, it's potential. But when I look at the Dodgers, it's perennial. So I go with them because they've proven it time and time again that their lineup gets it done. And Will Smith is a monster. And he's only going to get better in that lineup, right in the middle of that lineup. Max Muncy, what a shame they lost him with that elbow injury late in the year. It would have been nice to see if he would have made a difference in the postseason. But I love their lineup.
Now, just because what I've done the last 2 times, I want to say the Angels. They got 2 of the best players in the game, but I got to go with you. It's the Blue Jays, man. They mash. They're awesome. And we're going to continue to talk bombs. Coming up, the countdown continues after this.
Stanton is homered again!
Stanton's power was back in 2021. But was that enough to get him back into the top 50? Or did a 30-30 season keep him out? Stay tuned to find out.
Top 100 Players right now is presented by Topps Now. Your team, your hero, your moment. Topps Now celebrates the greatest moments in baseball as they happen. Only available at Topps.com.
If you really want to find out what you're made of, you can forget the personality tests and social media quizzes. Because the only way you're ever going to know